Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst a lush forest, there lived a sweet little girl named Red Riding Hood. Her real name was Rosalind, but everyone in the village fondly called her Red Riding Hood because of the beautiful crimson cloak her dear grandmother had lovingly sewn for her. Now, Rosalind was known for her kindness, her bright spirit, and her love for exploring the woods that surrounded her home. One sunny morning, her mother called out, "Rosalind, my dear, would you take this basket of freshly baked goodies to your grandmother? She's feeling a bit under the weather, and these treats will surely bring a smile to her face." Rosalind's eyes sparkled with excitement, and she eagerly agreed, tucking the basket under her arm and setting off through the enchanting woods. As she ventured deeper into the forest, she couldn't help but notice the vibrant colors of the wildflowers and the gentle chirping of the birds. The sun's rays filtered through the thick canopy, creating a magical dappled effect on the forest floor. Rosalind hummed a merry tune, her heart brimming with joy at the thought of her grandmother's happiness upon receiving the basket. However, little did she know that a crafty and cunning wolf had been keeping a keen eye on her from behind the trees. This wolf, with his gleaming yellow eyes and sharp teeth, had a mischievous plan brewing in his mind. "Ah, there goes Red Riding Hood with her delectable treats," he mused to himself. "I must find a way to get to that basket before she reaches her grandmother's house." The sly creature swiftly made his way to the grandmother's cottage, where he knocked on the door and put on his best imitation of Rosalind's voice. "Grandma, it's me, Red Riding Hood. I've brought you some delicious treats," he called out. The elderly woman, who was unwell and a bit hard of hearing, replied, "Come in, my dear. The door is unlocked." The wolf, now disguised as Red Riding Hood, entered the cottage and made a beeline for the bed where the grandmother lay. In one swift motion, he gobbled up the poor old lady, leaving nothing but a crumpled nightgown behind. With a full belly and a devious plan still in motion, the wolf climbed into the bed, pulling the covers snugly over his snout, awaiting the arrival of the unsuspecting little girl. Moments later, Rosalind arrived at the cottage, her excitement palpable. She pushed open the door and called out, "Grandma, I've brought some treats to make you feel better." As she approached the bed, she noticed something peculiar about her grandmother's appearance. "Oh, Grandma, what big ears you have," she exclaimed, puzzled. "The better to hear you with, my dear," came the wolf's cunning reply. Rosalind's curiosity grew as she moved closer to the bed. "Grandma, what big eyes you have," she observed. "The better to see you with, my dear," the wolf responded, trying to disguise his deep, growling voice. But Rosalind, though young, was not naive. Realizing the truth, she took a step back, her mind racing with thoughts on how to outwit the cunning creature before her. Summoning all her courage, Rosalind shouted, "You're not my grandma! You're the big bad wolf!" With that, she swiftly grabbed a nearby candlestick and swung it at the wolf with all her might. Startled, the wolf stumbled backward, giving Rosalind the opportunity to rush out of the cottage and into the woods. As she darted through the trees, Red Riding Hood could hear the wolf's furious howls of frustration echoing behind her. She ran and ran until she reached a clearing where a group of woodcutters were working. "Help! Help!" she cried out, tears streaming down her cheeks. The woodcutters, alarmed by the distressed girl, immediately followed her back to the cottage. Together, they burst through the door, finding the wolf still in the bed, his eyes narrowed in anger. With their axes at the ready, the woodcutters swiftly captured the wolf, ensuring that he would never harm anyone ever again. Rosalind hugged the kind woodcutters tightly, grateful for their swift action. From that day forward, Red Riding Hood became even braver and wiser, knowing that even in the midst of danger, one could find help and support. As for the wicked wolf, his tale served as a cautionary reminder to all the children in the village, teaching them to be cautious and wary of the dangers lurking in the shadows. And so, the woods remained a place of wonder and enchantment, but with newfound respect and caution for the creatures that called it home. Subscribe now. Thank you for watching.